Huh? Hello? You guys hear me? Oh, there we go. Hello. Hello, hello. We're back. We're back. We're back for real this time. For real this time. We were back uh yesterday. Oh wait, was it yesterday? Can't remember. We were back at some point, but the things didn't quite work out last time, so now we're actually back. As you can probably tell, I'm still very sick. My voice is a bit rough. Where did Keanu? Oh, I didn't add it to the other one. I added it to the one with. I've got two different scenes, one with my voice in it and one without. I have to add it to both. Whoops. Hold on, I can fix that real quick. Good spot, man. You were watching that thing like a hawk. I mean, fair enough. That was a lot of points. I kind of scammed you there. 1 second. We can fix that. You just won't hear me for a second. Did it work? Paste. Oh, well, I don't know why it pasted over there, but there we go. That looks like similar spot. He's back. I'll have to fix it later to make it so it's nice and perfect. Being really big. Oh yeah. Now we're talking. Yes. How do I undo that? Wait, there's no undo on this thing. How do Oh fuck. Wait, I'm using the wrong keyboard, that's why. There we go. Alright, well, he's back. He's back. I don't want to unleash Keanu Reeves like that. I feel like he's gonna kill me. He's gonna shoot me twice in the chest and once in the head just to get that job done. You know? Get that contract fulfilled. Hello, hello, welcome. How's everyone doing? Hello, YouTube. Hello, Twitch. How are we? Happy Monday or Sunday. I think most people it's Monday though. Good vibes today, positive vibes, full of energy. You know why? Because I released my video finally. That one took a long time. That one took a while. Well, at least it felt like it actually wasn't that long. It was only like a month. But it was a fair bit of work. There was so much. Most of the work just went into like getting footage for stuff. There's like a 2-second scene in the latest YouTube video, which by the way, if you haven't seen it, !Mark YouTube, there's a 2-second scene in that where there's like a scene of me like fishing and then picking up a really big fish, and it's only on screen for like probably like 1.5 2 seconds. And bro, that took like 2 hours to get. It was tragic. Don't ask me why it took that long. I know it shouldn't have taken that long. Fishing is not that hard in Red Dead. It was just, I don't know, because I wanted to make sure I actually got a big fish, because that's what I said in the actual script of the video. I said I caught a big fish, which is true. 4 years ago when I actually was playing the game, I did catch lots of big fish. But I had to make sure for the footage, because I was replaying the game again for a little bit just to get footage. I wanted to make sure that the fish I got was a big fish. Otherwise, it just wouldn't have looked. I didn't want the script to say, "Oh, I got a really big fish," and then I hold up some dinky little, carp or something like that. I don't know how big carp are, but I wanted to make sure. So I got a really big fish. It turns out big fish are actually pretty hard to catch in the game, at least for me. I don't know. It's a real thumb workout, man. Because you gotta like. I don't know if anyone's played Red Dead. I don't know if you've played Red Dead, Raven, but you gotta really crank that right thumbstick. Like I wasn't even using my thumb. I ended up like using the palm of my hand and like just doing this. I know what that looks like, but that's what I was doing. I was grabbing the controller and I was just, I was yanking that thing, and I just could not get that fish. It was crazy. You would have unsubscribed if it wasn't a big fish. Yeah, I mean, It's all about quality, right? It's all about keeping the experience high quality for the viewers. Anyways, long story short, it ended up being a lot more painful to make that video than I thought. But that's only because part of that is because I didn't really have a backup of good footage to use anyway. But now that this Steam recording thing, I'm using that. And that's been really helpful. That means I can kind of like, doesn't matter really what I play or when I play it, whether it's on stream or off stream or whatever. I can kind of have like a little backlog of footage that I can use for videos, which is nice. The only problem that I have now is like where to store it is the big one. I don't know where to store half that shit. I'll need to buy some hardware for that. Yanking which thing? My thing. My stick. My thumbstick. I was yanking it. I was tugging my thumbstick. But it just wasn't coming up, you know? I was tugging my thumbstick, but the fish, it just wasn't coming out. My rod was, I swear my rod was broken or something. It was sagging. I was trying to yank it back, but it wasn't. Something was wrong with it. I don't know why. I don't know why. Oh, God. Anyways. I'm really glad that that's out there. We'll see how it goes in terms of reception. It's starting off a little bit slow right now, which is why I'm trying to get the word out there a little bit about the video. But the same thing happened to the Half-Life video, and that ended up doing really well. So we'll see where it goes. Hopefully it gains some traction, and we can. But if not, I mean, I'm still pretty proud of it, and it'll be there in the backlog in case anyone wants to go look at it. That's the way I see it. That's the way I see it, right? With making YouTube videos, it's like, you know, even if it doesn't by itself gain much exposure, you know, it could one day down the line you make a different video and that will gain exposure and whatever, that will do well, and then someone will be like, well, I want to watch more stuff. Do they have anything else? And
What's
so
up,
where,
your funny
you know,
local crack dealer is back with some more comedy, so I gave my handyman a to-do list, but he only did jobs 1, 3, and 5. Turns out he only does odd jobs.
Okay.
Hope that made you laugh your toes in the butter. Now how about this one? Why should you never take sides in an argument at the dinner table?
I don't know.
Trick question. It's the perfect time to take sides because no one's paying attention. Bring Tupperware.
That's a good one. I might actually use that. I know it's meant to be a joke, but that sounds like genuine advice to me. I'm gonna take that seriously. Classic, how you doing? How's your weekend been? I saw you playing a bit of Vermintide. I really got to play that game again. It's like a lot of fun. They added a PvP mode, I'm pretty sure, not too long ago. Also, it went on sale for like $2. I don't know if it's still on sale, but Bridge. Good jokes, good jokes. I don't know whether you look those up, but I like to think that you just have a backlog sitting in your brain. You know? It's all just up there in the head, like the rats. The rats. Yeah. The other thing I did, apart from release the video and be really, really sick and throw up in my toilet and sneeze a lot and cough a lot, which, by the way, pre-warning, I am still coughing a little bit, so apologies if you hear a cough or two. I'll try to, you know, back away from the microphone and all that kind of stuff, but if I happen to bleh all over the mic, you guys know why. Anyways, whilst I was doing all that stuff, I also this afternoon went back into Prince of Persia this afternoon and played through the, like, because for those who don't know, my save got deleted, which really pissed me off last time I streamed. But I went back and I played it through up to the point where my save got deleted. So now I have a save. So we can resume our Prince of Persia like nothing happened, which is good. It wasn't actually that hard. I also took the opportunity to bump the settings down a bit because I thought the max difficulty was like, I don't know if I need that in my life right now. That was pretty fucking brutal. But I'm on second to max, so it's still like kind of hard, not really, but it's not like crazy. G Meredith, hello from YouTube. How are we? Welcome, welcome. Hope you had a good weekend. Anyways, guys, that's not what's on the agenda today. What's on the agenda today is that I still, even though I've heard a lot about it, there's been a lot of discourse around this game, this award ceremony, but I have yet to vote for the Game Awards stuff. I don't know if you guys have yet. I don't know if you guys have your votes in. But I don't have my votes in. There's been a lot of chatter about the Game of the Year stuff, which I kind of want to touch on a little bit. I don't know. I have a few things to say about that. But yeah, I mean, we'll talk about it. I'm interested to see what you guys think of the Game Awards and what you guys voted for, if you did vote, or who you're gonna vote, or whatever. You know, it's a lot of it's all kind of a bit meaningless stuff, right? But you know, I like it. I think it's a good ceremony. I think it's fun to celebrate those kind of awards. But yeah, I don't have a lot of news other than that. No big game releases recently. Everything's kind of gearing up for Christmas. We had a couple of big ones in November, but around this time of year is pretty slow. It's usually October when things kick into gear. The only big one really is Path of Exile 2. Actually, that's a pretty huge one. Yeah, Path of Exile 2 is looking. I don't know if you guys have seen anything about this game yet, but oh man, it's looking good. It's looking good. It's looking sexy. They released a whole like 1 hour and 20-minute video on everything that's going to be in this game when it comes out into early access, and oh my god, I am pretty excited. I am genuinely. I very, very, very rarely do this, but I'm really thinking about buying into early access here. I don't usually do early access with games just because I want the complete experience. The only recent one that I can think of that I bought into early access was Abiotic Factor, but that's pretty much already done. That's like one update away from being done, so I would barely call that early. Slightly early, I guess. But with this one, I might just do it. I don't know. I don't know if I want to do it day one just because I want to see how the servers are going. I'm a little bit worried about buying it and then the servers are going to be tanked. That's my one issue here, is that it's going to be a bit of a toss-up whether or not this game is going to be stable. So we'll see about that. I might wait for some impressions and wait for some verdicts about stability first before I buy in. But, you know, barring that, I'm definitely willing to drop some. I mean, it's a free-to-play game, but I'm definitely willing to drop some money on this. I played a fair bit of the first game. I didn't get super into it. I never streamed it or anything, but yeah, I really liked the first game. Definitely my thing. Your buddy was telling you about that? It looks good. It looks really good. It looks like a real evolution of the formula. Looks really fun. I recommend that video, by the way, if you guys have any time. Yeah. Australian prices are a bit cooked. That's alright, though. They have like a $700 supporter pack, I think. Or like $480 American, which is crazy. That's such a big number. But I mean, you know. It comes with an art book, I guess. That's cool. I won't do that, but I'll probably just buy the minimum to get into be able to play the game. But yeah, that'll be, when is that? That's December 6th, I think, which is wait, that shows Discord? How do I stop that? That's weird. December 6th, that's next Friday. Oh, sorry, the Friday after. Yeah. Well, no, next Friday, because that's this Friday. Yeah. You never even use the sidebar? I don't use any of this, like, any of the notifications stuff. I always have it on Do Not Disturb. But I use the calendar. The calendar's useful. But yeah, pretty excited. I think Chubby wants to get this as well. I don't know how much I'll stream this. I'm thinking about streaming the campaign. Again, dependent on whether or not it's stable. But in terms of like, obviously this game is one of those very grindy, you know, play forever type games. So I don't know if I want to go too balls deep on stream. But I'll definitely, I mean, I'll if I do end up getting it and it does end up being stable and everything's fine, then I'll probably stream it. Yeah, I'll stream at least the campaign part of it. I think that'll be good. That's good content right there, I reckon. At least I hope so. All right. That's it for my personal news and gaming news. It's time for the next ritual. We got to guess the game, guys. You know how this goes. We got to guess the game. Got to guess it. Time. It is time. What do we got here? Might turn the music down a little bit as well. Let's do it. Hey! Guess the dot game. Oh, that's actually the address of the site. There you go. Right, we got a dislodged hand. Some kind of weird, whatever this is. What is that, ammo, maybe? Or a timer or something? I don't know. Looks like ammo. It looks like an ammo count to me. Some kind of explosion going on here. I remember way back, there was some really dog shit action game that I think had very terrible reception. It was like one of those like worst games ever kind of situations. And it involved a guy who was like, it was kind of a weird idea. You'd play this guy who, if he took damage, he'd have like, his limbs would like fall off and stuff. But then you could control each limb independently. And as long as you were able to like reattach your limbs back to your body manually, then you could like, that was the only way you could like heal, I guess. And if you managed to do that, you could pretty much just never die. Like say if you got your head chopped off, you could just roll your head around and then try and reattach it to your body. Kind of like a Deadpool type thing. That's what the dislodged hand is making me think of. It's also pretty stylized, and it looks like it comes from the same era. But the problem is I have no idea what that game was called. I don't have a clue what that game was called. I just remember seeing a video about it ages ago. I think it might have been like on one of those old Angry Joe videos, you know, the top 10 ones. Top 10 worst games or whatever. But I don't know. Does anyone know what I'm talking about? Does anybody have any ideas? Or anything else? That's the only thing that jumps to mind for me right now. But I got no clue. Clueless? Yeah, me too. I feel like I'm right, but it's pointless being right when I have no clue what the game is called. I don't... Dismember... Distant Memory? Okay, there's no game with Dismember in the title. Oh, God. I don't know what it's called. Looks familiar. Yeah, I was just saying before, it looks familiar to me too, but the graphics too, they're very stylized. What the hell was that game called? I want to look it up, but that's cheating, man. You can't do any Googling. That's cheating, dude. Like that's not very fair. It's not good sport. Oh god, I don't know, dude. Some weird Japanese game, I think. Blood something. I don't know. 50 Cent Blood in the Sand? I don't think so. Siren Blood Curse, Blood Bowl? None of these ring any bells. Blood plus Final Piece. Well, that could either be like a really edgy chess game, or because I'm thinking of like piece, you know, pieces of the human body. A hand, for example. Could it be Army of Two? Army of Two. Oh, you reckon because of the ammo? Army of Two. I mean, look, that's a better guess than what I've got. Oh, that's a throwback. It was 3 Army of Twos? I did not know that. No. No, this is one of those like really weird. Yeah, this is definitely. Dude, I think I know what this is. Oh wait, what is this? Looks like a love heart. Is that Catherine? You played this on Xbox 3? No way. Did you? What's it called? What's up, Jaden? Lollipop Chainsaw. Oh, the one. Wasn't that written by James Gunn? Oh, it was. I never played this. Oh, yeah. Uh-huh. I know they released like a remastered version of this not too long ago. Is this any good? I feel like it just kind of has like, I don't know. I always feel really weird about like pervy fan service games. It's just never sat right with me. I'm not gonna say like anyone shouldn't be allowed to play it or anything like that. I'm just saying like just me personally, just never been into the whole, you know. I've never really been into the whole like schoolgirl aesthetic. I think. Looks fun though. Different. Oh, did you guys hear that? Fuck. Apologies if you hear my coughing. Jaden, how you doing, man? How's your weekend? You got it for $5 at eBay. Oh, EB Games, right? eBay Games. I was like, what was eBay? eBay has a games section. All right, next guess. What is this? Can I contribute to this at all? I feel like my contribution has been pretty bad so far. I had no clue what the previous one was. How's the cough? Still bad. Not great, but we'll work through it. What the heck is this, guys? What are we doing? That's a face. That is... Was that a mailbox or a pipe or something? The heck is... Kind of Aztec thing? Bunch of tiki masks? What is this thing? Is that a weapon, or is it like one of those little things that you jump on and swing? I feel like this is the biggest hint we have, whatever this thing is. Don't know what that is, though. I guess it could be part of like a weird stylized gun, maybe. I don't know, is that like an ammo clip on there? No, I don't think so. It's more like a mailbox to me. Or an exhaust pipe, maybe? A car? Jet? Is it one of those like weird racing games? Like arcade racing games? I'm thinking of like Crash. What's that Crash Bandicoot racing game? Not Nitro Kart, the other one. The lesser known one. The one where you combine the cars together. The hell is that called? This can't be racing, you don't think? Well, it might be like a race course down there, but yeah. Bit of a stretch, probably, you're right. The hell is that thing? Tag team racing, that's the one. You grew up on that? I loved that game. I loved that they had like the theme park with all the platforming and stuff as well, just to break up the action. I thought that was a nice touch. I liked that game a lot. Kind of a funny story and setting too. The chicken commentators. That was a weird game. I don't know what this is. I think I need to skip and go for another hint. Oh. Is it Tomb Raider? Is it the top-down Tomb Raider game? Looks like a tomb. I don't know what that is. Is it a goblin or something? Bargain Bin EB game? It's got to be like that Tomb Raider, the top-down. What was that called? Chronicles? I think it was called Chronicles, wasn't it? Is that the wrong one? One of these was like, I mean, a lot of these are top-down. It wasn't one of the old ones, and it also wasn't one of the, obviously wasn't the new ones. I think it might have been Chronicles. Be way off. That's a pretty big score. Got to be something Diablo, maybe. I was thinking Diablo at first, but I was like, well, I don't know. The old Diablo games, 82%. I doubt it. Like Diablo 3 would have been. Actually, all the Diablos would have been higher. They always score well with critics. I think maybe like a bit more of a budget game. I think it's Chronicles. I don't know if Chronicles is the right one. It is Tomb Raider. Okay, I was correct about that. It's not Chronicles though. Fuck. It's maybe a bit of a guessing game here. Okay, it's not that one. It's not that one. It's not Chronicles. I don't know what this one is. I don't know what this one is either. I don't know what any of these are. So many. Mobile, 360, PS3, and PC. I mean, it could be any of these, bro. Angel of Darkness? I don't know. Does this image give a hint at all? Not really. They all have kind of the same vibe, don't they? There's a lot going on. Oh, sorry, not a lot going on. Curse of the Sword, you think? Let's try it. Nope, not Curse of the Sword. Yeah, wait, though that doesn't. None of these images help really because they all kind of have a very similar aesthetic. That's the problem with Tomb Raider. You know? Especially these top-down ones. They kind of all. Is it Angel of Darkness? No. 2010? Oh, God. Don't tell me we're going to lose, guys. We haven't got that many options left. Adventures of Lara Croft? Lara Croft 2. Oh, Legend. Wait, that rings a bell. I think you're right, actually. No? Oh, God. Dude, they all look the same. Damn, these old civilizations couldn't make their tombs stand out. How dare they? They should all be a different color. Alright, we got one last guess. What have we guessed? We've guessed that. Have we guessed Tomb Raider 3? No, but I don't think it's that either. I think these first three are not top-down, if I remember correctly. Is it Underworld? Underworld's top-down, right? Guardian of Light? Ah, man. You're joking. That's a bit of a stitch up, bro. Look how many guesses we had at Tomb Raider. They all look the same. And none of these hints helped. Action diagonal platformer. 2010. Crystal's IMX. Yeah, no shit. Well, we tried, guys. One more. One more. We got this. What the heck is that? What is this? Ooh, look at the screenshot. Look at the lines. What the hell? What is this? Top quality. It's got to be like some old PS1 look. It looks like an old Final Fantasy game or something. Is that a hammer? I don't know what this is. What is that? Got a tear in reality. Oh man, we're not getting much luck here today, guys. Now we got an obscure. I'm really bad with obscure JRPGs from, eras before my time. I mean, I'm bad with JRPGs in general, but definitely this stuff, I got no clue. I don't know what that is. That is either. Oh, who's ready to fuck? I'm ready. Alright, skip. Original release too old for Metacritic. Oh, God. Oh. She's almost ready, guys. She's almost ready. Just wait. When the beat drops, she'll be ready. What the f- Okay, that's kind of some kind of health bar. We got a boss here. Original release too old for Metacritic. There we go. She's ready now, guys. She's ready. Hollow Knight Silksong. This was the prototype build for Silksong. That's how old it is now. What is this? Who knows this? I don't know, dude. Is this black and white one? No. Dracula. $19.98. God. What the heck? What is that? Is this like one of the first instances of 3D graphics ever? I do not know what this is. I see the word genie. Aladdin. Is that not how you spell Aladdin? How do you spell Aladdin? Oh, it's 2 Ds. Okay. Aladdin. No. Atari Games Corporation. This looks pretty good for 1998. Wait, hold on. This looks kind of clean. What is this? 3D graphics? Action combat? I mean, the UI is a bit extreme, but I have no idea what this is, though. I have no attempts. I just want to see what it is. What is it? Gauntlet Legends. Huh. That doesn't look too bad for 98. This would have been the shit back in the day. All right, one more. We need a good one, man. We need a good win here. Or at least I need a good win here. You guys got the first one. I didn't help with shit with that. All right, what is this? Come on, we can do this. We can do this. What is this game? What is this game, guys? What is this game, guys? Okay. I don't know what we're looking at. Is that like a pit or something? What are those lines? Racing game of some kind? Are you just gonna say Hollow Knight Silksong for everything? Oh no, that's the first time you said the same chat. I thought you said Hollow Knight Silksong again. My mind was playing tricks on me just then. Real life simulator. Touch grass simulator. Like an old platformer or something. Man, these have been hard recently. These are really hard. I don't know what that is. That there. Let's see what it is. Yeah, give us some easy ones, man. These are hard. Nobody knows what these games are. Wait, what? Huh? What? Is that normal? Okay, that must be like off screen. I think it's like showing whatever's slightly to the. No, wait, but no, this one's showing. That's like to the left, right? So what? Huh? Wait, there's yellow there now too. What? Okay. Bit weird. I don't know what. Okay, let's skip. Oh, it's got to be like a 3D Mario game, right? No, wait, that's not right. Is it golf? Is it like a mini golf game? No, it's not Mario. Oh, my noise gate off entirely. Did I turn that off? No, I didn't. Weird. Oh god. I mean, these kind of remind me of like Mario Sunshine or something like that. You know? But I don't think this is Mario Sunshine. A, because of the score, the Metacritic score, and B, because that looks like kind of like a golf. It looks like a mini golf type game with that hole in the middle there. And the barrier lines. It doesn't look like golf games that I've played though, unless it's just a really low res picture. That's the other problem with this game is there's a lot of low res pictures. Pictures are not. They're very compressed. I'm assuming they're very compressed because they have to store a whole bunch of them in some kind of database, right? Still, it doesn't really help. But yeah, that's where my head was at. Was like Mario Sunshine, but then this is kind of tricking me up a little. Maybe it is. Maybe I should just if you. I don't see why. Yeah, it is Mario. It's not Mario Sunshine though. On the Switch. How is this a Mario game? What the heck is I mean, it is a Mario game. We've got that, right? Is this like a Super Mario Maker but 3D? I didn't know they had that. No, that doesn't sound right. Is it like the turn-based one? Mario versus Rabbids or something? I don't know what this is. I mean, just from the perspective and from this weird image, I would think like maybe it's yeah, Mario Rabbids. What else is 3D? It's not Galaxy. It's not Paper Mario. Oh, there's so many Marios, dude. Oh my god. Super Mario Land? I don't know if that was out for the Switch though. I guess it could be Mario Party. That's another option. I didn't think about that. That explains this weird screenshot. Your bet is on rabbits. I mean, what was the Mario Plus? I believe this one is the sequel, so I'm going to go with the first one. Nice. We did it. We finally got a good one there. Wicked. I never played this. I heard it was quite good, though. It's kind of like XCOM, I think, isn't it? Developed by Ubisoft in partnership with Nintendo. It's pretty cool. I didn't know this was developed by Ubisoft. I thought it was developed by Nintendo. I didn't realize that. I thought it was the other way around. Like Nintendo made it and then collaborated with Ubisoft for the Rabbids part, but seems like that's not the case. All right, cool. That was cool. That was good. I think that's our last guess. We're gonna move on to the Game Awards. I think now. Now's a good time to get that sorted. Before I do that, though, I'm gonna run down quickly and grab some water. Which I should have done before I started stream, but I'm just gonna run down quickly now and do it. 2 seconds, guys. Give me a moment. Okay. Oops. All right, time for the main event. We gotta vote, guys. We gotta do our due diligence. We have to vote. We have no choice. It's very important. I think I should full screen this browser, right? Might be a good way to do it. There you go, that looks nice. I haven't signed in, though. I don't think I need to do that, though. Can you vote without signing in? Do I have to sign in? Sign in to vote. Okay. How do I sign in? Sign in to vote and save progress. Sign in with your social media account. I can sign in with Twitch, apparently. I guess I'll just do that. Authorize the Game Awards to read your email address and email verification status. Is that it? Cool. Yep, I'll let it do that. That's fine. Okay. Apparently, I tried to sign into my Twitch, and it maybe signs it. Then it signed into my Google account. What? That was weird. I don't know why that happened, but whatever. Doesn't matter. It is what it is, I guess. All right. I kind of want to go. I wish there was a way to do this like manually, but I kind of want to go backwards. I want to start with the boring ones, like the esports team and esports athletes and all that kind of shit. And then I want to go to go do Game of the Year last. I think that's a good play. Just get the boring ones out the way. The ones that I don't really know about or don't care about. All right, here we go. Wait, I need to make sure I move my cam as well so you guys can actually see everything. Hey, get out of the bag, man. What are you doing? You were sleeping. Dog's come perfect time to come bother me. Hello, doggo. I'm busy, man. Oh, he's sniffing. Sniffing. He wants it. Is that good? Maybe the other side, because there's more headroom on the other side. I don't know if that'll change or not. Not really sure. But I guess we can keep it there for now. That works for me. That work for you guys? All right. Let's do it. What's the first one? Best esports team. I don't really watch esports. The only esports that I watch is Dota. So I'm going to vote for the only Dota team here, which is Liquid. Apparently they've been doing pretty well, I think. I don't know. Good job, Liquid. All right. Now, normally I'd go next category, but I can't do that. I have to go previous because I'm going backwards. It's going to be a little bit unintuitive. Also, wait. I can't click anything, apparently. What the heck? Oh, there we go. We're back. Pretty slow website, to be honest with you. Ah, it changes the boxes. Okay, I don't think I can move my face there. I have to keep it down. Oopsies. I guess I'll just put it in the corner, I guess. The best option I have right now. That'll do. That looks fine. Best esports athlete. Wow, look at these athletes. I don't know who. I know 33. I know that guy. I also know Faker. I don't know anyone else though. I wish it told you what they played, because I feel like there are some esports where like there's a lot more pressure on the individual, right? Like StarCraft, for example. I feel like I'd vote for a StarCraft player because they, you know, it takes a special kind of person to be a professional StarCraft player. You got to be a special kind of maniac to make a career out of that. Whereas team sports are like, yeah, I mean, obviously there's individual talent, of course, and your ability to work as a team and all that kind of stuff, communicate and everything like that. But I don't know, just something about like being on stage by yourself, you know, like a fighting game or a real time strategy game or whatever. Something about that, the kind of pressure that puts on you. Like I'd vote for that, but unfortunately, I don't know what any of these guys play. I mean, I guess I could look it up, but I don't really care that much. I'll just do 33. He's one of the players that I know. He's a Dota player. I think he's a support player. All right, what's next? Best esports game: Counter-Strike 2, Dota 2, League of Legends, Mobile Legends Bang Bang. Is that a real name? Is that actually the name of the game? Really? This isn't League's... Okay, it's not Riot Games, so this isn't like... I know there's a League of Legends mobile game, but this isn't the League of Legends mobile game. This is something else, right? I don't think... that doesn't sound like a real name. Okay, that's interesting. Bang Bang. Is that what all the players want to do to this character? Is that why it's called that? And then lastly, Valorant. Okay, well... Yeah, look at those arms. Huge. I don't know. I mean, I don't really play any of these. The one that I've played the most historically is Dota, but I couldn't really tell you whether Dota is in a good place now in terms of like how fun it is and sort of best overall esport. Okay, well it's best overall esports experience, right? So it's not necessarily the best game to play as like a normal player. It's more just what is the best game in terms of fostering an esports scene. Which, again, I mean, I don't really have a huge opinion on. The only one that I really watch is Dota, because, again, it's hard to watch anything else when you haven't played it, right? A lot. So the only one that I've played a lot is Dota, so I watch it. And, I mean, the tournaments are fine. They're fine. I don't know. They're okay. I wouldn't say that I've watched anything crazy recently, to be honest with you. League of Legends, I maintain that League of Legends is such a bad esport. I cannot see a damn thing that's happening on screen. I have no idea. Whenever I watch League of Legends, I actually have no clue what's going on. It's all just colors, dude. I don't know how anyone watches it. I get playing it. If you're playing it, that's fine, because you can kind of keep track of things. But if you're watching League of Legends, it's all just like it's just a mess to me. I'm not going to vote for a mobile game because that's cringe. So really that's left up to Dota, Counter-Strike, and Valorant. I don't like Valorant because they add too many stuff. I feel like the Valorant has a tough time with balance, not because they're bad at balancing their game, just because they kind of make the job much harder for themselves by constantly adding new shit. Which is, I mean, that's fine, that's good for the game and the health of the game. I understand why they do it. But in terms of an esports experience... You know, as a viewer, which I believe that's what this is referring to. I don't like Valorant as much because it's hard to keep up, and it feels like, I don't know. There's a lot of like, the game has some pretty, even as a viewer, it seems like the game has some pretty clear balance issues. But I don't know. I don't know enough. I don't know enough about Valorant to comment on that, really. I'm actually going to go CS:GO here. Or sorry, Counter-Strike 2, I should say. I feel like that game is like one of the perfect watchable esports, you know? Because it's not overcomplicated like a MOBA, you know, where like everything's just on screen and you have no clue what's happening unless you've played 4,000 million hours, and then you might be able to keep up with the action. So it's actually watchable for somebody who isn't like acquainted with the game itself. But it's also remains it's well balanced. It's got a lot of skill expression, and it remains interesting for people who have played thousands of hours as well. You know, it's not boring. And they change up things every now and then, but I think I like the less extreme approach to adding content. I think especially with a game like this, I'd rather have it be like really fine-tuned and everything in it be really good, as opposed to just throwing stuff at the wall and seeing what sticks. Which I don't think Valorant does quite that, but I think it's closer to that than Counter-Strike is, I guess. I'm gonna vote Counter-Strike. Even though I watch more Dota, I like when I watch Counter-Strike. I enjoy when I watch Counter-Strike. It's fun. It's always a classic. Content Creator of the Year. Oh my goodness. Why don't they have that guy who's currently arrested in South Korea? What's that guy's name? Johnny Somali? I would have thought he'd be on here. Who are these people? The only one I know is KCO. And that's because Meat Canyon made a cartoon about him. And it was pretty funny. Everyone else, I have no idea. I have no idea who that is. I don't know who that is. Typical gamer. Yeah, I can see that. Why am I not up there? I'm the coolest guy here. Yeah, why is the rank 1 not up there? Shouldn't I be getting a nomination just for the merit of being rank 1? I don't understand. I don't get it, guys. I don't know who Techo Gamers is. Eloge 1. I mean, there is a scenario where some of these aren't English-speaking streamers, which is why I don't know them. But I mean, really, the only one that I've seen footage of and thought, hey, that's mildly funny, was KCO. He's a pretty funny guy. I don't know how his streams blew up so much. He really, blew up crazy. I think, earlier on this year. But he seems like a genuine personality. He seems pretty funny. He seems pretty, relaxed guy. Not too extreme. Not too, nothing too crazy going on. No scandals yet that I know of. Just seems like a pretty wholesome K-Kona gamer. So I'll vote for KCO. Why not? Okay, now we're getting into the games, guys. Yes, now we're here for it. The games, the video games. Now we're talking. Finally. Most anticipated game. I mean, guys, who do you think is going to win this? Let's be real. Does that actually matter what I vote here? I feel like I could click any button right now, it would not make a difference. I think we all know who's winning this one. That's a fairly obvious call there. I don't know, man. I mean, these are all some pretty fun-looking games, I'll tell you what, but, yeah. Yeah, Grand Theft Auto 6. I mean, it's Grand Theft Auto, man. What are you gonna do? I am excited for Wilds, but I do have my concerns. And I think in terms of, genuine anticipation for, seeing something that's truly groundbreaking and truly like a AAA game that'll really push things forward, I feel like I'm in the same camp as 99% of other people in saying that Grand Theft Auto 6 is probably where my head's at in terms of anticipation. I think this has like all Rockstar big releases, this has the potential to be a massive hit. And if you look at the track record, there's not a lot of misses. Pretty much every miss they have is outsourced. And they put a hell of a lot of time and money into this game. So, I mean, the potential here is very, very high. I'm going to go with Grand Theft Auto 6. That being said, with exception to Metroid Prime, just because I'm not a huge Metroid guy, everything else on this list looks pretty exciting. I never finished Death Stranding 1. I haven't played Ghost of Tsushima. Probably second for me would be Wilds. And I think realistically, in the short term, I'm more hyped for Wilds. but in terms of overall short and long term anticipation, it's got to be GTA. As there's not a chance. The only issue is, right, that I know for a fact that GTA is going to come out on PS5 and like, you know, latest gen consoles and whatever. And in true Rockstar fashion, it's going to take like another 2 years to come out on PC. So by the time I get my hands on it, which to be fair, when I do get my hands on it, it'll be the superior version of the game. Don't get me wrong. But by the time that happens, I'll probably have already been spoiled half the game because it'll be all over social media. And I can't do the whole thing where I dodge YouTube for what, 2 years? No way. That's a bit worrying. I feel like I'm going to know the entire plot of the game before it actually comes out, which kind of sucks, but I will see. Looks very cool. Looks very cool. I wonder what the discourse will be around it. Especially with a female playable character. I feel like people are going to have a massive hissy fit about that, but we'll see. People have a tendency to whinge about stuff that doesn't really matter, especially recently. So we'll see where that goes. But then again, that's an extremely like small vocal minority. So, you know, I wouldn't get too hung up about that, I guess. All right, next one. Best adaptation. Oh god, this is reminding me that I have to watch this stuff. I haven't seen a lot of adaptations. There's a Knuckles. Wait, what? Is that a movie or a TV show? What is that? It's a TV. I didn't even know there was a Knuckles TV show. Wait, these three I had no idea they existed. There's a Tomb Raider anime. I had no clue that was the thing. There's a Like a Dragon. I think I might have seen a trailer for this one actually. I didn't know it was out though. I may have seen a trailer. Sure. I'm trying to think now. I mean, either way, I haven't seen the show, so it doesn't. When it released, it was impossible to not get ads for it. Really? I didn't see any ads for it. Am I not the target audience for a Tomb Raider show? I would have thought I would be. Yeah. For some reason, I keep getting ads for like retainers. Sorry, no, not retainers. Retainer cleaning products. I don't know why I get the same ad over and over again, and it's for like, it's this ad where this guy has like a fish in his mouth in an office, and then it says, "Smelly retainers? Clean your retainers," or something. I don't know, and it just shows you like a thing of like a little flyby of some retainer cleaning product. I've never had retainers in my life. I don't know why I keep getting that ad. Maybe I don't give Twitch enough data. Is that what it is? I need to give them more personal user data so they realize I don't own retainers, nor have I ever owned retainers. I mean, hopefully now that I'm saying it out loud, it'll you know, where's my phone? I need my phone around me so it picks up my voice. I think my phone's in a different room. Damn it. Next time I'm near my phone, I'm going to make sure that I tell it how much I hate retainers and how much I don't want to clean my retainers. Then it might leave me alone. Arcane, haven't seen it. Literally the only one that I've seen is Fallout, and I liked it. Thought it was good. Arcane looks really incredible though. Just the trailers, the trailers alone look crazy. The budget for this was something huge as well, wasn't it? It was like $280 million, like something ridiculous. It was a crazy, crazy number. But I mean, that makes sense when all of it's hand animated, right? Like, let's check out a little bit. 260 mil for the full show. That is wild. That's a lot of money. I mean, you know, depends on how much it rakes in, I guess. I don't know how much of a cut Netflix is taking, or how much. I mean, maybe I don't know how much of the production cost is Netflix forking out as opposed to Riot. I'm not sure, or Tencent or whatever. I mean, for Tencent, 260 mils like pocket change, right? Well, maybe not pocket change, but you know, it's like pulling a $20 note out of the wallet, I guess. 260 mil is you know, I feel like Tencent can find that money by themselves. Tencent and Netflix together, that's not a huge ask. 260. I don't know. Well, I have a very bad perspective when it comes to like numbers like that. When they start to get that big, I think I have a very bad gauge of what's pricey and what's not. You know, as soon as you start talking hundreds of millions, my brain just it's just not there. It doesn't compute those kind of numbers. Which I mean, no brain does, to be fair. Animation and all that is incredible in Arcane. Yeah, I mean, but then again, I probably shouldn't. I mean, there's going to be a scenario where I'm going to hit one of these categories and I'm not going to have any clue. I'm not going to have any experience with any of them. And I guess the question is, you know, am I allowed to vote for something that I haven't seen just off the merit that, you know, I've seen things like trailers and stuff? I don't think so. But then again, it's like, well, am I gonna just skip whole categories? And I not in this case. In this case, I've got Fallout. I've seen Fallout. I can vote for that. But like, I'm assuming there's going to be some other category where every single entry is like, well, I don't know what that is. You know, is it worth voting then? Should I just skip the vote? I don't know. I'm not sure. I feel like that gives the voting process less credibility, right? Then again, I mean, who cares? I don't know. It is what it is. People vote in this stuff for all sorts of reasons, right? Let's do Fallout. Best multiplayer. Black Ops 6. Wahoo! Not Black Ops. Helldivers 2, Super Mario Party. I can't in good conscience vote Mario Party, dude. That game is fucking evil. That game is evil. That game brings out a hellish demon inside of me. It awakens the beast. Taking 8. Taking these nuts. And making you eat them. Space Marine 2. Man, again, see, I run into the same issue, right? Where I really want to vote Space Marine 2 here, but I haven't played Space Marine 2. Am I justified in voting for Space Marine 2 if I haven't played it? I don't think that's fair. You know? But again, it's the same scenario, right? I've only played one of these games. And that's Helldivers. But then again, I think, well, Space Marine 2, I mean, judging from everything that I've seen and not played, very important distinction, can I, in my right mind, vote for Space Marine 2, even if it is a better game? Because I don't actually know that as a fact. I haven't played it yet. I don't know if that's fair. No? You think no? Chubby says no. What does everyone else think? This might be a recurring problem. Can I vote purely off impressions? Yes. Classic says yes. Chubby says no. Me personally, I don't know. I'm at a... What did you vote Game of the Year? We're going backwards. So we won't do the Game of the Year is going to be the last one we do. Also the most controversial one as well. But I don't know. I mean, it's an interesting question, right? Like, what... Are you allowed to judge things off merits beyond just playing it? I don't know. I mean, it doesn't really matter, right? But it's an interesting question nonetheless, don't you think? It doesn't actually matter. But I don't know, it's an interesting conversation to have. I think I don't know. I think I'm leaning towards actually no. I think I'm with Chubby. I think that... I mean, games are designed to be played, right? And I think it, you know, there are certain conclusions that you just can't draw without playing a game. Like Shadow of the Erdtree, for an example, right? I actually have quite a few problems with that DLC. Namely, like, mechanical problems, right? You know, if I were to judge that purely off of like trailers or promotional material or whatever, or other people playing it and not actually experiencing it for myself, then I probably have a much different opinion. So who knows? I might actually hate Space Marine. I don't know yet. I'm gonna go with Helldivers because it's a quality game. It's a good experience. I think that Space Marine probably may have taken my vote if I'd actually played it, but I didn't play it. And again, like, you know, that's also like, is that a price point thing as well, right? I might have played this if it was cheaper. This game is cheaper. That's something to consider. You know? The kind of the value proposition is not something that's it's not the full picture, but it's something to consider at least, you know. I wouldn't have bought Helldivers had it been $90 Australian or $110 Australian, right? Like Space Marine was. So I'll do Helldivers. How you doing, by the way, Chubby? What's up? How's your weekend been, man? Still divisioning, dude? Best sports/racing game. I have not played any of these. I do not care. Then again, my bias is leaning towards NBA 2K just because I love NBA 2K. And apparently 2K25 was actually not that bad. But now, now do we say, okay, well, stick to your guns, Future. You haven't played any of these games. We can't have double standards. Am I allowed to vote for this? I haven't played it. I just said I wasn't. So now I have to skip this one because I haven't played anything. Fair's fair. I can't vote for this now. Now it's even playing field? Well, I don't know. Is it? I feel like it's oh, okay. If you haven't played any of them, then you're judging all of them based on other factors. But then the question is, right, is that a fair way to judge games in general? I don't think so. No. Does it matter? No. No, it doesn't. I'm going to skip because I don't really care. I don't really care about sports games. All right, best sim/strategy. Oof. All right, if we're gonna be at a point where we're just not playing any of these games, then we're gonna have to think about just voting based on aesthetics and other impressions because it's not looking good so far, guys. We've got 2 categories now. We've got 10 games that we haven't seen. We have to backtrack my rule. I might have to. Otherwise, we're not gonna vote for anything. There's too many games, man. I don't have enough money to buy and play all the... No money and time to play all these games. I really want to vote Frostpunk here because it's a... I watched... who was playing? I watched Simpin play it. And it looked really, really good. It looked very fun. Maybe I backtrack and disobey my strict rule. I'm still not going to vote for the sports game. I don't care about it, but I care about this genre enough to vote for Frostpunk. My issue is that, yeah, again, I can't just not vote, because that's boring. I want to vote for something. I haven't played any of these either. 3 Nintendo games for family. Man, Nintendo always crushes the family category. Astrobot, Plucky Squire, and then Super Mario, Zelda, Princess Peach Showtime. I mean, Astrobot looks sick, and it's insanely creative. And to be honest with you, I kind of just want this game to win awards so they make more games like this. I'm not gonna lie. I feel like I'm voting with an explicit agenda here. I feel bad for that, but... I mean, it is what it is, man. I just want to see more of these games get made, you know? Fighting. I don't play fighting games ever. I don't really know how to judge fighting games. I literally have no opinions on any of these games. Nothing. I have no impressions. I'm not going to vote for that. Fighting games are just never really my thing. Best RPG. Okay, here we go. Now we're getting into the big ones, huh? Vote Sparking Zero. Why? Because I'm based. Okay, what do we got here? We got the controversial ones now. Rebirth and a remake and a DLC. That's what's got everyone so huffy and puffy recently. Dragon's Dogma 2 had a bunch of performance issues. It's an interesting one though. ReFantasio was a really cool looking creative idea. Like a Dragon? I mean, I don't know. I never really played it. Very difficult. I don't know, this kind of a bit tough. I feel like I don't know. I'm stuck with this one. Should we come back to this one? Maybe keep going and think about it? I don't know. I think the reason I'm kind of stuck is like so Final Fantasy and Like a Dragon and Shadow of the Erdtree, and I guess to a certain extent, Dragon's Dogma, really are all very good games, but they're good in the kind of ways that like most AAA games are good. What I mean by that is like a lot of the strengths that they have are the kind of things that you can just not always, right? I think this relies on a kind of bedrock of project management to a certain extent, but as long as you've got decent project management, I think a lot of the things that really elevate these games are the kind of stuff that you can generally just throw money at and make better. What I mean is like stuff like fidelity, stuff like scale, you know, yeah, not so much art direction. I think art direction's not a throw money kind of thing, but I guess like, yeah, a lot of these are kind of their merit is, you know, scale, fidelity, you know. But there's other factors, right? There's things like stability, right? Writing. But also I think to a certain extent there's like innovation, right? And I think that's also my problem with the Game Awards as well. Sorry, with the Game of the Year, not Game Awards. And it's like, I don't know. This seems like a great video game, but like, is it really innovative if it's remaking something that's already been made, but it's doing it in a way that's like way more, the budget is way bigger, you know? But like really, realistically, this is a game that's already, the idea's already happened, right? How much does it separate itself from its predecessor, or even like the remake that came before it, like the first part of it, right? How much does it separate itself from that? And then I'm looking at like, you know, a DLC. Again, how much does it separate itself? How much of its strengths are just, you know, based on budget and how much money we can throw at a game, right? Stuff like, I mean, this game has amazing artistic direction. But stuff like the writing, I'm not a big fan of Elden Ring's writing in general. Well, sorry, this DLC's writing in general. Okay? So I don't know. Dragon's Dogma, again, writing seems kind of bad. Scale is big, but yeah, that's just a money thing, right? That's just because they have the resources to make something big like that. I don't know. Like, what's truly innovating here? Like, what's actually innovating the RPG space? I don't know. And like as well, like rich player customization and progression. In terms of like role playing, what is the best here? This is a preset character. This is preset characters. This is, you don't really have, beyond like buildcraft, there's no options to roleplay really. Apart from like, you know, certain like side quests and stuff. Again, writing is not particularly strong here. Apart from buildcraft. How much RPG is there actually going on? This one, party-based RPG, no character customization. Like, I don't know, man. This is a tough one. I feel like they've all got a lot of different strengths and weaknesses. It's very difficult to kind of vote on this. I'll leave this one for now. Best action adventure? I mean, I want to say Prince of Persia, dude. That game is sick. I'm playing that tonight. I feel like Prince of Persia is an easy vote here. Silent Hill 2 did look really good. Again, remake. I don't know. Sure. But then again, it was a very quality remake by itself. Fantastic game, remake or not. And it did. I mean, it remade a very weird game. It remade a really strange, like a game that was, people thought that like no way you can remake Silent Hill 2. It's not possible. It's just too weird. It's too, you know, there's just too much going on. A remake just wouldn't do it justice, and this somehow did it justice, which I think is super impressive. I wouldn't be surprised if this wins, but I'm going to vote for Prince of Persia just because I think it's a really fantastic game. It's a Metroidvania. I love Metroidvanias. Combat is sick. The visuals are excellent. The animation is tight. Gameplay is tight. Yeah. Awesome game. I'm going to vote Prince of Persia. Definitely not Outlaws. I don't know. Some people really liked Outlaws, so I don't know. I don't really have a lot of opinions on Outlaws. I never played it. Best action game. Black Myth, COD, Helldivers 2 again, Stellar Blade, Space Marine 2. Oh, man. See, I feel like action is a very visual thing, right? I almost feel like from an action-packed perspective, I am justified to vote Space Marine here too, just because it looks like some of the scenes in that game are just crazy in terms of like pure action. Wukong. Action genre focused primarily on combat. Yeah, I'm leaning towards Wukong or Space Marine. I don't want to. I mean, I've played Helldivers. I don't really want to vote Helldivers here. I think, if you're focusing purely on the action part of it and the combat part of it, I don't think Helldivers 2 is better than. I mean, I don't think Helldivers 2 is better than these two games in terms of combat. Again, it's hard to know having not played it, but I don't think that's really fair. Just like the depth of combat is one thing, you know. That's a tough one. I'm gonna go Space Marine. Just the amount of shit they render on screen as well is pretty wild. Like the. Alright. I gotta play Wukong though. I really should do that. It's on my wish list. VR? I don't play VR ever. I don't know, dude. I like Metro, but I'm gonna skip this one. Best game for a mobile device, Palatra. Not even talking about that one. It's an easy one. Best debut indie game. Oof. I mean, it's got to be Balatro again, right? I mean, Balatro is just, it's Balatro. I mean, how can you not? It's Balatro. It's Balatro. Animal World does look... man, I really, really want to play this game. Animal World is crazy. Engine, everything built from the ground up. Engine, game, art, all of it. All of it just like completely custom. 7 years, solo project. Then again, Balatro, solo project. This game looks super intriguing, but it's so hard to compete with Balatro, dude. That is a tough one. It was made in its own engine. Animal World was made by one guy. That guy made the engine for the game and the game using the engine that he made. It took him 7 years. And apparently it's got so much depth and so many puzzles that people are still to this day, after, you know, almost a year, I don't know when it came out, several months, half a year at least, trying to figure out what, like, the little secrets in that game. Which is really impressive. It's like, and it's a creative, you know, it's a creative kind of non-combat focused Metroidvania. But it's not Balatro, which is a massive shame. It's really tough to compete with that. Best independent game, again. Oh, these are all really cool looking games, man. This is always my favorite category. Just because a lot of these are like super creative, super well done experiences. And I feel like these kind of games are the games that get the most out of this whole thing, right? Like I feel like a lot of the AAA stuff is like, well, yeah, okay, you get an award, but really when it comes to the AAA world, you know, your success is mostly just financial, right? Like you could make a potential, like look at Prince of Persia, right? You could make a potential Game of the Year nominee, or Action Game of the Year nominee, whatever. And it won't really even, like, it doesn't matter, you know, because it just doesn't make enough earnings. You know what I mean? It's the same with like Call of Duty, right? Like Call of Duty could win 0 awards this year. It's got no bearing on the outcome going forward for Call of Duty, right? Nobody cares. It's all about sales numbers, right? For these much bigger games. Whereas the indie scene is like, I feel like it means a bit more, or at least it feels like it does, because, you know, it's a spotlight, right? It's a chance for, you know, lesser known games to actually get their name out there. Now, granted, these are all pretty popular games, to be fair. But still, it's like, I feel like awards do matter for indie games to a certain extent. Maybe I'm wrong about that, but it seems like they matter a bit more. AAA games can kind of drive their own sales through advertising and things like that, right? Whereas you know, an award can make a big difference to a game that doesn't really have a marketing budget that's too big. You know what I mean? I mean, again, I'm gonna have to go Balatro here again. A lot of these are all really good games. I really, really want to play UFO 50. That looks like a fantastic game. UFO 50. 50 video games in one game with a giant meta narrative to tie them all in together. That's a super creative idea. I really love that. But it's not Balatro. Again, massive shame. What can you do? It is what it is. Best community support. Ooh. Interesting one. I really don't like the Final Fantasy thing here, because you're charging a monthly fee. Like, yeah, you better support your fucking community. If you're going to charge them monthly fee to play your game, then that's an expectation. That's not a celebration. We shouldn't be like, we're going to give them a pat on the back for taking $20 a month from hundreds of thousands of users and then supporting their game with that. Like, what do you mean? You know? I don't know if that, like, yeah, okay, you're supporting your game, but good. You'd hope so. I don't want to vote. I mean, to be fair, if we're talking about pure content updates, a Final Fantasy probably wins, right? Because, but again, that's because it's got that income, it's got that ability, and that expectation to deliver that, right? That's the genre that it's in. So I don't really want to vote for that because I feel like in this case, it's an obligation and an expectation. It's not, with these other games, it's a scenario of like, well, we don't have to, but we will. Well, okay, these two, you kind of have to. These two, though, are not under any obligation to provide further support. These two are a little bit, though. I don't want to vote Helldivers here either, and that's because Helldivers dropped the ball, I think, with their updates for a while. Their game balance has been very strange. I mean, they've been teasing a new race for how long now? It's been too long, in my opinion. I think they had the ball rolling there to start with, but I don't think they capitalized as much as they maybe could have. And then that was probably a manpower thing, right? You know, not a crazy huge studio, but at the same time, it's like, you know, big content droughts, not a whole lot of communication. Yeah, like you said, mismanaged community expectations, things like that. Fortnite, I mean, yeah, again, if you have an infinite pit of money, it's like, I mean, it's the same, like both these games, I feel they have the same thing. It's like, well, you know, you literally cannot run out of money. One is demanding that you pay $20 a month or however much it is a month to play the game at all beyond the free package, which granted is actually quite big, to be fair. Final Fantasy's free offering is quite large. But it's a monthly fee to play this game in its entirety at its fullest and to have its latest content, right? Fortnite, I mean, there's no fee, but I mean, like, how much can you realistically unlock in Fortnite via playing the game? I think it's like nothing, isn't it? Is there any skins that you can actually earn via gameplay? And I'm not talking about Battle Pass, because Battle Pass you can, obviously they'll give you like a bit of freebies here and there, chuck a few, you know, coins to the plebs every now and then. But I mean like genuinely high quality, like content and skins and whatever. How much? I don't really play Fortnite. I don't know how much of that is actually earnable in game. I'm gonna guess very, very little, if any at all. I would say. PoE 2 will clear this category next year. We'll see. We will see. It's a good. I'm surprised PoE 1's not here, honestly. The amount they drop. So I don't want to vote for Fortnite because I feel like a lot of its content is not, I don't think it's done in terms of, you know, like this says, you know, outstanding community support, transparency and responsiveness, game updates and patches. I think Fortnite is just, you know, updating their shop, you know. And again, like, they do update their game, but they update their shop more. Their shop is kind of like, I feel like Fortnite's at a point now where the shop is almost the focal point of the game in a kind of a strange way. I admittedly watch a bit too much Fortnite just because of the streams that I'm in sometimes in the chat. And it just seems like a game that is like so dominated by its shop. It's almost like the rest of the game barely matters anymore in some cases, you know. It's just all about, you know, buying your battle pass and leveling up your battle pass and buying your shop items and emoting and whatever. Which leaves two. No Man's Sky and Baldur's Gate 3. The reason that I'm leaning towards Baldur's Gate 3 here is because they're doing something that is not just working hard, but also working smart. They're adding a lot of support for community updates and modding, right? It's a really, really big deal. Not only is that actually incredibly difficult to do, right, to provide like a proper, usable, fully fledged mod ecosystem and structure to a game. There's a reason that's not a very common thing to do, especially these days, because games are getting so complicated, they're getting so big. Providing a platform to allow you to mod them effectively is very hard. It's a tough programming challenge in a lot of ways, right? It's a tough engineering challenge in a lot of ways. But they're doing that for a game of this size to have the kind of like community modding support and infrastructure to maintain itself in the long run and give people what they need, not just doling out content that you as developers make, but also kind of giving the game a sort of a permanent life cycle in a way, right? Because you can kind of move on as developers and having enough infrastructure there to kind of take the reins away, go work on your own thing, and that game can still thrive on its own as a platform is super impressive. Not only is it impressive, it's uncommon. And the reason it's uncommon is not just because it's difficult, by the way. The reason it's uncommon is because it doesn't make money, right? That's the big one, If you think about games that can sustain themselves through a mod platform, well, it does make money, but it doesn't make direct money. Let's put it that way. But if you think about games that can sustain themselves, right? Imagine if Fortnite had the same kind of moderating, I mean, it has got a creative mode, to be fair. So I'll give Fortnite's a bad example. Imagine if I don't know, Helldivers 2, right, had the kind of support that had, right? What that means is that if for whatever reason Sony or the developers Arrowhead decided that they wanted to like create a bunch of new content and monetize it, it'd be much less enticing if there was already a lot of really good mods that were accomplishing the same thing, right? And then they were trying to charge for it. You know what I mean? It kind of forces you to pump out quality content or to just not charge for stuff anymore and rely on the infrastructure, right? So to me, that's true community support, because there really isn't, I mean, beyond just people buying the game more, which is a legitimate thing, but there really isn't like a direct kind of short-term financial gain from supporting a game in the way that Baldur's Gate is being supported. Do you know what I mean? Whereas No Man's Sky is like, well, they do a lot, but they don't have that kind of infrastructure. Yeah, I'm not taking away from the fact that No Man's Sky has a lot of updates. That's great. I think all these games are really good with their support, but I feel like that's the difference maker here for me. Best ongoing. Wait, isn't this the same? Outstanding development of ongoing. Wait, what was the other one? Oh, I see. Social media activity. Oh, did I just vote for the whole wrong reason? Yeah, whatever. I maintain my stance. Awarded to the game for outstanding development of ongoing content that evolves the player experience over time. I mean, a lot of this is the same stuff, right? Now, then again, this doesn't... I think the difference here is like motivation, right? Whether or not it's financial or otherwise, whether or not it's for the sake of community support or otherwise, what is the best at having better content and content life cycles? I feel like at that point, it's like, well, the intention, the motivation, things like that don't matter in this case, at least as much. That's what I'm interpreting from this. I don't know. What do you guys think? Honestly, Diablo, apparently the content has been released since launch, has been well received. Yeah, okay. I think the problem with Diablo is that I think it still struggles from an end game problem. That's the issue, is like, yeah, okay, you can release content. Is it good? Is it, okay, the question is it content that evolves the player experience over time? Maybe. I haven't played it. I don't know. It doesn't seem like it's changed a lot of the experience of actually playing the game. Which I think is an interesting way to look at this, right? Like, a lot of these games have content updates, but they're just kind of, that's it. That's where they end. Like, they're just kind of like, oh, you know, you get a new gun, you get a new skin, right? You get a new class or whatever. But how much of that actually translates to an evolved player experience? Because I think those are two different things, right? It's like, well, you can update a game and you can give it more shit. Are you evolving the game? Well, it depends on the shit. I don't know. I think in Fortnite's case, the answer would be no. You're not evolving the game. But then again, they have a lot of like they give you the Marvel weapons, and they let you like swing around like Spider-Man. And you get to throw little, I don't know, they Black Panther claws and stuff. They give you jetpacks. That's a different experience. It's not necessarily a good experience, but it's an evolved experience, I guess. It's definitely new. I don't know. Out of all these options, it's not game changing, evolving the game. Yeah, I mean, I don't know enough about Diablo 4's expansion. I know it was received with like mixed reception, I think. But I think my issue with doing Diablo 4 is that like it seems to me like it's suffering from the same problems that it's always suffered from. And if you're updating the game and it remains the problems remain the same, the fundamentals remain the same, then is that an evolution? Doesn't sound like it. Either that or you're just you're evolving the shit parts. Maybe it could be evolve the experience. I don't know. Evolve the grind. I'm not sure. Again, I feel like Final Fantasy probably wins this, but it's like you have a clear and distinct advantage in this category, which I feel like needs to be taken into account. Like if you're asking for a monthly fee, they're still asking for a monthly fee, right? I'm not crazy. They still do that, yeah. Is it still a thing? I'm looking now. Does anybody play this game? Yeah, I mean, standard is still, yeah, it's still like $20-ish a month, Australian, it looks like. So I don't know, that's a big advantage. Maybe it is Fortnite. Because it adds a bunch of little gadgets and stuff. I don't know. It's not Helldivers. I don't think the fundamentals of Helldivers have not changed since launch. We can rule that one out. Destiny is like the ultimate king of hit or miss. I feel like it's just a flip of the coin whether the game gets worse or better. It doesn't seem to be a consistent. It's like I mean, it evolves. You don't know whether it's going to evolve forwards or backwards. You have no idea. But it does evolve. Which leaves these three. I mean, look, despite the advantage financially, in terms of like income, am I really going to make the argument that Final Fantasy makes more money than these two? Maybe Diablo, yeah, probably it makes more money than Diablo consistently. But Fortnite, with the amount of like skins and shit that I mean, they might as well charge a sub fee at this point. The amount of skins that they're doing the same thing, they're just doing it in a different way. At least Final Fantasy has the decency to say, yeah, just give us money every month and we'll give you the game. I feel like that's a little bit better than doing the whole battle pass skins costing $30 type thing. I don't know. I feel like that's a bit more honest business right there, So I don't know if I should be saying that it's a huge advantage when it's not. Maybe it's not as big of an advantage as I thought. let's go Final Fantasy. I think there's been a lot of, it's got a lot of consistent updates, expansions. You know, it's a sub-fee game, but then again, it could be like a skin-riddled Battle Pass fest if it wanted to be, so, you know. Games for Impact. Oh. I mean, I don't know. I haven't played these games, so I don't know what their message is. I don't know how effective they are at conveying it either. Pro-social meaning or message. I don't know. I don't know whether I should be voting based on the quality of the game or the quality of the message. Either way, I haven't played any of these, so it's hard to know. Is Hellblade 2 out? I had no idea that was released. Huh. Oh god. I think I might skip this. I haven't played any of these games, so I don't know what their messaging is. I liked the demo for Indica, but I haven't played the rest of the game, so I don't know what to do there. Innovation in accessibility. Oh, this is a cool one. Recognizing software and or hardware that is pushing the medium forward by adding features, technology, and content to help games be played and enjoyed by a wider audience. I actually like this category. I think it's cool. I think it's interesting. Unfortunately, I don't have a lot of experience with it though, because I'm not a person that needs that. I know there's a lot of people that do need those kind of assistance, and I'm glad that they have it, but I'm lucky enough where I don't need it. So I'm not sure. I know Call of Duty is really good with that stuff though, because they have I mean, obviously they want to you know, access the widest array of audiences, right? Who did you vote for Hidden Gem? We're going backwards, so we haven't voted for Hidden Gem yet. At least I don't think we have. How you doing, Warhorse? What's up, man? I know Call of Duty has a reputation for that. I haven't looked too much at Prince of Persia's accessibility options. I think Veilguard's also pretty good for that too, right? I mean, you know, obviously, guys, ignore the quality of the actual game here, right? That's not what we're talking about. We're talking about the accessibility options purely, I think. So, you know, I'm willing to consider Outlaws and Veilguard here in this conversation, even though I don't necessarily think they're fantastic games, although I haven't played them, so I shouldn't comment on that. But, you know, I know the discussion around them has been interesting. But I don't think that matters here. I don't know. I know COD's really good for it, but I don't know enough to make that claim definitively. Next one. Best performance. Oh, that guy's hot. Look at that. Damn. Look at that chin, dude. Giga Chad. Holy moly. Right, Melina, Jurgens, Luke Roberts. Oh, wait, we should do the games. Is she Senua? I wish they would tell her that. Why don't they say what character they are? That's kind of helpful. I'm guessing it's just kind of implied. Brianna White. I don't know who she plays in Rebirth. Gamer Awards? I thought it was Streamer Awards. No, this is the Game Awards. No, I don't really fuss too much over the Streamer Awards, man. I don't watch a lot of. I don't pretty much watch zero streamers that are in those award categories anyway, bro. I have no clue who half the people are. I don't watch big streamers mostly. I watch a lot of small streamers, ones that you'll never ever see in an award show. That's for sure. Well, you know, you never know. Maybe one day they'll blow up. Outlaw. I can kind of judge this a little bit based on trailers and also like gameplay footage that I've seen, just because it's like a voice performance, right? So it's You don't have to play the game to do that. I'm leaning towards one of these two. I've seen footage of both. A lot of it's just like a really amazing mocap, but Gonzalez looks like the Snow White actress. I don't know who that is. She's the same. She was in Hellblade 1 as well, right? And then again, I can't really make that. I can't really put that into the equation because what if her performance was terrible, like compared to 1? I doubt it, but you never know. Okay, it's tough between these two, but I think, I mean, a lot of it's to do with like the quality of the mocap, not just the performance. Just the way the performance was actually captured was really impressive. But I think I'm going to go with Luke here. Just because, I mean, the effort that you have to go to make that character from the original actually seem like a human being is pretty crazy. Because, I mean, I'll be honest with you. I didn't play it, but I watched a lot of Silent Hill 2 through a stream. And the writing was like, I mean, it wasn't, I wouldn't say it was bad, but it was just like, it was very different. It was very surreal. The kind of thing that would be super hard to act. And this guy pulled it off, which is super impressive. It was cringe. The original Silent Hill 2, which I also watched a bit of, like, massively cringe. I don't know. For some reason, that just did not work for me at all. But the remake, it worked somehow. Very similar writing, and it worked. So I say this guy really made it work. Rachel Zegler? I don't know who that is. Who does she play? Best audio design. Hey, Raven, what do you think of the Black Ops 6 audio? Is it good? I haven't played any of these. I just remember Hellblade being known for that. It was like the audio game, right? Like the thing. That was like its big sell. Yesn't? Some people say COD's audio is amazing. Some people say it's crap. Wait, no, I can't vote. Didn't they make you pay for higher quality audio? No, fuck this. I'm not voting for that audio design shit. It's like a $20 fee to get better audio. I remember that. Remember that news story. That does not deserve an award. You can't paywall audio and then expect an award for it. Fuck off. No way. Get out of here with that. Yeah, they did. They you can look it up. There's some kind of like high fidelity audio thing, and they want to charge you. Maybe they rolled it back. I don't know what happened with that. It was pretty old news, but I think they yeah, it was like $20 or something, and they wanted to give you like some immersive audio mode or something like that. The paid part was only to create your own presets of the audio thingy since you can enable it, but I'm not sure. Oh, maybe I got that wrong then. Maybe I read some sensationalized, over-dramatic news source. I got my fill of fake news, dude. My misinformation. I mean, even that's just scummy. But then again, that's not based on the. I mean, that's, you know, should I rip on it for monetization reasons in an award that has nothing to do with monetization? Probably not. Used it a couple of times and never noticed a difference. Well, that's a knock against it. I'll take that. Again, the only two that I've actually experienced, like had a audio experience of, was Astrobot and Silent Hill 2. And I feel like I want to vote Silent Hill 2 here because I've actually heard that game, and its ambience is super impressive. Really, really cool. I feel like I might have snubbed Hellblade 2 here, but I haven't heard it, so I have heard this one, and it is really good. I think it deserves a vote there. Best score in music. I mean, we could probably listen to this ourselves, right? This one we can probably take a listen. We can rectify a lot of this stuff. Should we listen to some tunes and see what we like? My YouTube stream's probably going to get copyrighted, but that's worth it, right? Let's take a look. We got plenty of time. Let's take a listen. What do we got here? What's the first one? Astrobot? Alright. Astrobot soundtrack. Full official sound. Okay, I'll just do a little skim through of the full soundtrack video, and we'll just get little pieces and we'll judge it via that. That's the only thing I can do, really. Alright, Astrobot, what's it sound like? Okay. It's groovy. Let's skip ahead. Damn. That is pretty jamming. Okay. Okay. Wow, that's cool. What are you hearing? You're hearing Astrobot soundtrack. All right, one more little thing. I'm just clicking on like the most replayed points. I'm assuming that's like the most popular stuff. What's this one? Okay, okay, groovy. Not bad, not bad. What's next? Final Fantasy Rebirth. Final Fantasy Rebirth OST. Is there like a full video of it? I don't want to have to go through a playlist. I just want to... boss battle theme. Is that a good one? I don't know. Oh, this is the main theme song. Okay. Oh, man, JRPGs, I'll tell you what. They got it going in the music department.
Walking city streets with worn cobblestone.
Okay.
Listening to people rushing past to rhythms all their own.
I'm going to skip ahead a little bit. It's going to be a bit jarring. Just give me a second. I just want to go to like a chorus or something. That's very cool. I do like that song. What about the boss battle theme? I kind of want to hear that. Where was that? Boss battle. Okay, that's sick. That is sick. Now that's fucking music right there. Alright, I like that. Next one. ReFantasio. ReFantasio OST. That's the first thing that gets searched whenever you search this game. Okay, that's how you know it's good. Battle theme for Metaphor ReFantasio. Oh! Oh my goodness. It's chanting. Holy moly. Oh my good. Whoa. Wow. Okay, that one's sick. That was my favorite so far. That's fucking, man. There's a lot of things that I don't like about JRPGs personally, but the music is definitely not one of those things. Silent Hill 2 got a nomination here as well. Silent Hill 2 Remake, I should say. Original soundtrack. Alright, should we? I'm gonna try and go to like the more common ones here. Best I can. Okay. Alright, what about like something a bit more in-game, like something more horror? What is this one? Okay, okay. This is the one of the most replayed sections. What's this all about? That's an interesting one. Bit different. Last one's Stellar Blade. Stellar Blade OST. There's a song here called Raven. It's the most popular song. What is this song? Okay. All right. I'm gonna go with Metaphor for that one. That was a long process, but it was kind of cool. I'm glad we did that. Interesting. Oh. Best art direction. Oh, tough. This is tough. See, this is where I kind of want to. This is where Elden Ring I feel like shines for me personally. As much as I had my own gripes with it mechanically, art direction was just. I mean, it was just excellent. I don't know. It was. These are all so good though in their own ways. It's so tough with art, you know. I feel like these all have. Not only do these all have excellent art direction, but it's kind of apples to oranges a little bit. You know? It's a little bit. This is a tough one. A really, really tough one. I don't know, man. Oh god. I mean, I do really like. It's a very personal vote here. I think I think it has to be. It can't be anything but a more personal vote. To be honest, it's just like personal taste. Because it's like, how do you? Are you gonna say one's higher quality than the other? I don't think so. I don't think that's fair on any of them. I mean, then again, I mean, art direction is also about consistency, but again, these are all very consistent in their art style as well. So I don't know. I'm gonna go with Elden Ring. It's just got that vibe to it. That's probably my favorite part about that DLC was the way it looked artistically. Best narrative, the only one that I have any clue what happened was Silent Hill 2. And it was pretty good. I don't know. I feel a bit iffy voting for a remake in terms of narrative because it's like, well, you didn't make the narrative, you know? Like it says that it's like Bloober Team, Silent Hill 2, but like Bloober Team didn't write the story. You know what I mean? Like whoever did the original Silent Hill 2 wrote the story. So I don't think it's fair to put a remake here. In the narrative, in other categories, it's like it's fine, but I think remakes in the narrative category, I don't think that's a good vote because it's like that isn't work that you did. You know what I mean? Like obviously, like you can add to it and you can change it and you can interpret it and make it more modern, and I think that's fine. But like, you know, you didn't write the core narrative. That's a pretty important distinction. Whereas these three are like, you know, whoever the writers were for Ninja Theory and Studio Zero and Gotoku Studio, whatever, that was original, right? It was kind of like an idea of this is what the narrative's going to be, not like a narrative that was already made. But unfortunately, I can't make a judgment because I don't know any of them. Gotta play more games, dude. Best game direction. Are we getting close to Game of the Year here? Is this the second last one? How close are we to Game of the Year? I don't even know. Best game direction. Okay, guys, help me out here. What's the difference between this award and the Game of the Year award? In your opinion? Because I don't really know what it is. It says outstanding creative vision and innovation in game direction and design. That just sounds like a Game of the Year to me. Am I missing something? What do you guys think that means? Like what do you guys think the as in like whatever I vote for this, I'm probably going to vote for Game of the Year, right? In fact, I'm pretty sure all of these games are also Game of the Year contenders, no? Every single one of them. Am I crazy? I guess I could just look. Game that delivers the absolute best experience across all creative and technical fields. Outstanding creative vision and innovation in game direction and design. I don't know. I feel like the problem is I feel like game direction and design like affect all creative fields, no? Like art direction is part of game direction. Mechanical design is part of design. I don't know. Voice acting, you gotta direct that, right? What else is there? I don't know. What is a game direction thing that's not a Game of the Year thing? It's the same to me. I don't know. I'm assuming by the lack of comment that the people I agree with me, I guess. In terms of like, there's no distinct difference that you guys can think of either. I don't know. All right. Well, I mean, I'm gonna vote for Game of the Year, and I'm gonna, you know, treat the two as the same because I can't really find any super distinguishable differences. Right, Game of the Year. the big one. The big 12-y. What do we got? Astrobot, haven't played. There's only 2 here that I've played, and that's Shadow of the Erdtree and Balatro. Oh man. Man, this I'm a bit confused why this was so controversial now, to be honest with you. Like, I'm looking at this lineup here, I'm thinking, like, what is... I mean, I guess the controversial part is that this isn't technically a game, and this is a remake, and people are getting all iffy about remakes. I don't know. I mean, look, a lot of this does just come down to the fact that, you know, I feel like the Game Awards, and by extension, games media in general, has a massive image problem right now and a massive reputation problem. So no matter what game showed up on this list, it would have been wrong. Like, people, they could have put anything on this list, and everyone would have said that the Game Awards are shills, they're paid, you know, it's all fake, it's all incorrect, and they're just looking for ammunition, right? Whether it's like, oh, Balatro, nobody knows about Balatro, it's not popular enough, or, you know, Elden Ring isn't technically a game, or Final Fantasy is a remake, like, it's just stuff like that. Like, they'll find anything. They'll find anything. I think a lot of the controversy is kind of inevitable, no matter what you do, which is sad, really, because it's kind of just pointless, but, you know, that's the truth of it. I don't know. To me, I don't really care if a remake or a DLC is on this category. If they fit the bill, right? If there's enough game there comparative to other games, like, it's all comparative, right? If there's enough game there comparative to other games, if there's enough quality there comparative to other games, if there's enough, you know, direction or good direction comparable to other games, then fine. I think, I don't know, again, it goes back to my bigger issue, which is, you know, I think some people have, and I think I feel this way a little bit to a certain extent, have a problem with the fact that there are a lot of measures for how to measure a game of the year, and obviously, you know, it's never going to be fair or equal or whatever. But when I think of a game of the year, I think of, like, okay, there's several categories that inform that. I think of, like, you know, fidelity, art direction, things, all the stuff that we've looked at before, right? Fidelity, art direction, scale, you know, mechanics. I think that reliability is another consideration for me. Technical, like does it work? I feel like that's one that isn't touched on enough. That there should be more recognition for games that actually function when they come out. I wish we focused on that more, but that's another one. And the other one, but I think probably the most frustrating one is like innovation, right? Because like a lot of these games, I feel like, are judged on all that kind of stuff, like scale and fidelity and art direction and whatever. But when it comes to being innovative and actually pushing the medium forward, you know, in like a really impactful and meaningful way, I feel like that is taken into a little bit of consideration, clearly, right, with Balatro, but I don't think it's taken into enough consideration in people's minds. But I don't know. That comes from a perspective of somebody who knows a lot about games and follows a lot of different games, right? So, you know, do the majority of people who play games understand what is truly innovative and what isn't? Like, if you're only playing 1 or 2 games a year, then whatever you play that year is probably going to be innovative to you, right? Because you've never played a game like that before, even if one like that might exist, right? So I don't know if it's I don't think the idea of being innovative should hold all the weight in the world, but I feel like my frustration, and I think a lot of people's frustration, which is why they kind of don't like seeing DLC or they don't like seeing remakes. I think the fundamental problem that people are upset with is that they want to see innovation taken more into account, and it's sometimes, especially with these game awards, it's not a lot of the time, right? I don't know if any of that made sense, but that's kind of where I come from. And for me, as somebody who plays a lot of games and does look at innovation as an important factor, I think I have to vote for Balatro, because in terms of being like, obviously the scale and the art direction and, everything that, the kind of budgets that can be afforded, none of that stuff is as good with Balatro, right? That's not an argument. Graphical fidelity, voice acting, animation quality, art direction, blah 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 blah, all the things we talked about before. None of that excels. None of that's Balatro's strength, and I think a lot of people will point to that when they say, "Why is Balatro on here?" But then, a lot of those people will take issue as well with remakes and DLCs, and it's like, well, the reason is because of what I was just talking about. You're not pushing the medium forward, right? Again, I don't think that's the be-all, end-all, but I think it's a big deal. To me, at least, it's a big deal. I'm going to vote for Balatro. Because of that. Because it spawned its own subgenre. It's a genuinely good idea, executed very well, and it's pushed the medium forward. And I think that's enough. It's tough, though. It's really tough, because, it's competing against, stuff that is in many, many ways a lot better. And it's just a fact. It's just, there's a lot of stuff about Elden Ring that is just a lot better. There's no arguing that. But, not just that, but this game is also genuinely just fun, which I think is another thing. It's like, is it fun? I'll do the same for Direction as well. Oh, that was fun. I didn't vote for everything, but I enjoyed it. A genuinely new take on roguelikes? Yeah. Yeah, it is. It's also not like I don't have a hatred or a predisposition to vote for indie because, I feel like there's a lot of rhetoric going around right now with the AAA industry is dying and we should stick it to the man by voting for indie. No, I'm not doing that. Not at all. I think it genuinely has earned it. I'm not just trying to vote for the underdog or whatever. That's not my reasoning. Nice, cool. That was fun. A lot of cool discussions. A lot of games that I still have to play. That's also every single year I'm like, man, I really got to play these. It's price, man. Stuff's expensive. These are all $90 games. No? A lot of money here. My throat is not doing great right now. I need a cough lozenge or something. Yeah, man, I gotta play that ReFantasio Final Fantasy. One of these days I might play that game. Or games. Wukong, Astrobot I wish, but I don't have a PS5, so that kind of sucks. Hellblade, I honestly had no idea Hellblade was out. Shit, when did that come out? Hellblade 2. It's on my wish list. There. Came out in May? What?
Yeah, stick to the man before the man sticks it to us, or will someone else stick the man before we stick the man, or even maybe the man sticks it to them and we stick it to the man. Yeah, that's the plan, stick it.
Yes. Put my stick in the man. Wait, what? I like to vote for indies so I can put my stick in men. That's the trick. Man, it'll be interesting to see what people say about the outcome of all those awards. I think it'll be funny, at the very least. In terms of, like, actually being meaningful and positive, and useful, I think that gaming discussions have really devolved. And I don't think anything that will come out of the Game Awards will be in any way useful or healthy or well-informed. But it will be funny. That'll be good. I just don't want to have to hear the word woke again. But I know I will. That's the first thing I'm going to see. As soon as the Game Awards get announced, as soon as the Game of the Year get announced, the first thing I'm going to see on my YouTube page is the word woke. I'm going to put my head through my monitor. My fist through my monitor as soon as I see it. I can't wait. It'll be so much fun. Oh man, my throat is cooked. All right. Big break, I reckon. And then we play some games, dude. I reckon that's the play. Play some more Prince of Persia, I think. Other Game Awards and Jeff Keighley going woke, let's discuss it. They don't even word them like questions anymore. They just word them as statements now. They're getting bolder. They're just like, this is woke and here's why. You're not allowed to phrase those kind of things like a question, because that implies free thought. That implies that you're allowed to jump to your own conclusions. No. No, it's woke. Why? Because I decided. That's why. You don't get to decide. Decision has been made. Asmongold decided for you. You have no you have no options there. Alrighty, gamers, I'm going to take a quick break. Take a piss, get some more water, try and find a throat lozenge thing. Run an ad. So if you're not subbed, there's an ad incoming, or several ads incoming, so just beware. Go get a drink or get some food or whatever you need to do. And then when I come back, I'll be playing some Prince of Persia. And if anyone's on YouTube right now, we're going to be ending the Game Awards stream and restarting the stream again. But for anyone on Twitch, the stream continues. All right, I'll see you guys in a bit. Be right back.